This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners R Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Oh, we are. I feel a little bit greedy nowadays.
I honestly don't know what to think at this point. I know that's not good for a podcast.
I'm feeling gluttonous.
I'm feeling one of the seven deadly sins, and I don't know what one it is,
I'm
but
feeling all of them.
I'm feeling a little bit of something.
Yeah, what's in the box?
I don't know, but we will find out today, because here on the episode today, Gunners Rust podcast, we'll be chatting all things, everything that happened in Atletico last night, not in Atletico, but against Atletico. We'll dabble on also last week's game against Fulham, because I think there's a little bit to talk about, but not. I did describe it in a WhatsApp potentially to Joe,
Yeah.
where I said that is one of those where you forget about it, move on, and never talk about it again.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because we're gonna talk about it again, but only briefly, and I think it's mainly for maybe the professionalism or the overall arcing story of the no shots on target, no conceding, outplaying the amount of points we got in the same games last year, these kind of things. I mentioned it on the Patreon, so guys, if you are interested in the Patreon is live now. You're going to get about 3 to 4 extra episodes a week. There could be previews, instant reactions, interviews, random rambles. There's always news popping out in the week, and sometimes you don't want to wait till Wednesday. And I want you guys, if you are interested in the podcast, to be able to listen every single day almost to new content.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so that is the plan. I did do a preview for Atletico. That was the first one gone up, but as of now, it'll keep going up. If you want to pay for the higher tier, you'll be also in a raffle/giveaway for a graded Arsenal football card every single month as well. So that's a little added incentive. But I did talk about it a little bit yesterday on the Patreon, but here on the main feed, I haven't. So we'll do that. And then this weekend, we got a massive game against Palace. So overall, there's a lot to talk about. I think if we take it in chronological order, let's kind of should we seal up the Fulham game?
Yeah.
Put it in the post,
Yeah.
send it away, never talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like I glazed over slightly during that one. It was one of those Saturday night games where I was watching it.
Yeah.
But, there's certain Arsenal games, and the people listening to this might understand this. Like, the Newcastle game, for example. When I was watching that, it felt like my blood pressure was up. And I was all fired up and, ready to go. It felt like a cup final. Then you have these games, like that Fulham game at the Cottage, that felt a little bit like I was just looking at it. I wasn't really drinking it in. I was just sipping it here and there. And it was just happening in front of me.
Yeah.
It was that sort of game.
I know what you mean. James from Gunner Blog, James McNicholas, he actually said on the Arscast this week that when the Trossard goal went in, he actually said for the first time, he kind of went, yeah, it's game over. There's and I haven't got there mentally yet.
Yeah.
The stats should show that maybe we should feel that way.
Yeah.
We're positively Arsenal. That's the point of the podcast. But I'm pessimistic as a fan.
That's understandable as an Arsenal fan, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not used to this feeling.
No, it's one of those. I can't accept that we're good ever because I assume something's going to go wrong, and it might. And again, teams have started well before.
Yeah.
It does feel there is a feeling I can't explain at the minute. That I've not felt before.
Yeah.
Especially as an adult. Maybe the Invincibles. I'm not saying this team's invincible. It can't be, obviously. But it feels different. It feels there is a quiet confidence of we are the best.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to deal with that as a fan, because naturally all I want to do is we're going to throw it away somehow. Really stupid. But the Fulham game was the perfect example of we had those horrible 7 or 8 fixtures to start the season. Then we came out the other side, international break. All right, now we've got Fulham, we've got Palace. We've got Champions League, we've got Carabao Cup. It felt like this next chunk, we talked about it last week on the podcast, was make or break a little bit. It was kind of, the pressure's not on us anymore because the fixtures aren't as difficult on paper.
Got to keep it going, though.
But they're the reason we haven't won the league in the last 3 years are games like Fulham away, Palace at home.
Yeah.
Those are the games that trip us up. It's not City at home. It's not the ones we dread. It's actually the points we don't win. West Ham at home last year, we lost. We won it this year. Forest at home, we won last year. We've won it this year. Fulham away, we drew it last year. We lost it the year before. We won it this year.
Or even if they equalised and it had gone to a draw and we shared the points. I
Yeah.
think even that's what we're kind of used to is just throwing a game away a little bit, like a little bit.
Yeah, and there is something to like not being overly unhappy with a point at Craven Cottage,
Mm.
but
But you got to go better than that
you
now.
have to. I think if you have to win the league, and I think that's again the PTSD of being an Arsenal fan is. I think maybe not everyone, but the way I am as a fan,
Mm.
I would have accepted a point before that game.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew we had to win it,
yeah.
but I personally would have accepted a point. I still want to lose,
Mm.
but not wanting to lose and accepting a point is probably the reason.
Defeatist almost, isn't it?
Yeah, we've not won the league in the last 3 years.
Yeah, you got to win those. Today's standards are high. I mean, look at Liverpool.
Yeah, and when we look at it, I must admit the team. I like the look of the team.
Mm.
I had no complaints. The time of the day, that's my favorite time to play
It's
football.
nice, yeah.
But I was nervous going in, but I thought, you know what, we are good defensively. Like as long as we don't concede chances,
Mm.
we just need to find that opportunity, and I just hope we start fast.
Mm.
And in all honesty, at the end of the game, there was no shots on target from them. They created 0.1 xG, I think it
Which
was.
is a new a moving trend apparently for Arsenal is the
In
no
the
shots on target.
It's 0.01, sorry, in the second half. In the
Yeah,
first half, they did create a bit more. But overall, I think they created less than 0.5 XG in the whole game.
mad.
We created just under 2.
Mm.
So technically, a fair result of that game was 2-0.
Yeah,
And we'll get to why it probably should have been 2-0.
yeah,
But if you can look through rose-tinted glasses sometimes and be like, oh, no, it was a great performance.
Mm.
The first 30 minutes, I thought were quite shaky. I thought we were lucky to not necessarily concede, but the no shots on target thing.
yeah.
There should have been some shots on target there. Harry Wilson had a couple good opportunities. Josh King did really well.
Mm.
I don't think we started this particularly well, and I must admit, at half time, I looked at our dad
Yeah.
and I went, "It's one of." I go back to a game and it doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why. And I've brought it up on the podcast before. I don't know when it was. It was at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace. We lost. I don't remember how we lost. I think we lost 3-0.
Mm.
Got a feeling it was 3-0.
Yeah.
It was probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And it was under Arteta. Because remember, we started that season where we played Palace away and Jesus was unbelievable. And that was the start of that good vibe season.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just couldn't believe we'd won 3-0.
It was like a turning point, yeah.
I think it might have been the year before that. And I remember because Conor Gallagher was playing for them. And it was one of those games where all our players assumed they were going to have 2 or 3 seconds on the ball. And it turned out they had less than 1 second on the
Yeah.
ball because Palace were always disrupting. And this Fulham game started to feel that kind of away game where you go, oh, it's like almost like they haven't woken up fully.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there going, oh, just be quicker.
Yeah.
And they're playing in second gear. There's a slowness to it. Do you think?
They definitely are though, because you see them at times when they do shift the gears, they can play
Yeah,
quicker.
yeah.
I imagine Arteta's probably pulling his hair out on the sideline watching it. Let's
Yeah.
say where we are, where he's like, just get going. Like, where are you?
Yeah, and I don't know what's changing. I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it's like a personal thing. Is it the players going thinking we should win this? Is it the players going in? We've got a long week with Atletico and Palace. We need to conserve energy.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know what it is. Is it the way the other team is set up? But either way, I kind of thought in my head, there's no way anything's going to happen before half time for us. We need to get to half time, and Arteta needs to basically. I thought he was not being outcoached. I just thought the team needed something tactically to change
The way, yeah.
to create some space.
The way we'd set up compared to the way they set up, they kind of set up in a way that counteracted us.
Nullified us a little
So
bit,
it just
yeah.
needed a little tweak, just a small
And the
movement.
first 5-10 minutes that second half, I thought, oh, he didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, isn't changed. And then we start to build into the game, if you remember. And then, I know, set piece FC turns up again. Gabriel with a gorgeous flick on. And it was weird because all game we're doing short free kick,
Yeah.
short corners. And I thought, kind of, the point of the whole set piecing, this is, anyone out there that isn't an Arsenal fan, that happens to be listening to this, which would be strange, but the media have got a real issue with these set pieces.
Yeah.
And we will talk about this today on the podcast, but the reason we got good at set pieces, if anyone remembers, is we're awful against low blocks.
Yeah.
Mid blocks, but low blocks, no chance.
Yeah.
The only thing you can really guarantee with a low block is you're probably going to win a lot of corners because the way in which they'll defend the box, they're going to just knock it out and just go, well, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll happily go reset and defend your set piece. So what we did was go, all right, well, if we can't break teams down, because by the way, it's not an Arsenal issue. It's really hard to break a low block team down at a high level. When teams are at a high level and they concentrate for 90 minutes, it's very hard to score unless something bizarre happens.
Yeah.
Like a deflection or a little bit of magic or someone just puts it in the top corner from distance. The other thing is a set piece can break open a low block because it levels the playing field. When you're in a low block, you can't get the upper hand ever.
No.
Whereas the set piece, it's 50-50.
Yeah. And now
Who's going to win their duel?
people have an issue with it, but I mean, it's good coaching because they're looking at, like you said, the way the games are going. There's
Hmm.
low blocks. There's a lot of set pieces being won. Why not use that?
Set pieces were part of football, always
Yeah,
have been.
use that to your advantage.
And I think the reason we got good at them was that it was in these games where we can't break teams down.
Mm.
Do you know what we need to break one open? A set piece, score a set piece.
Mm.
Then the other team go from a low block to a mid block.
Mm.
All of a sudden, there's space.
Yeah.
They're going to try and get back into the game. Therefore,
Yeah.
we have space to go win the game 2 or 3. So we got good at set pieces. And so what's happening this year is, I think, a mix of weird fixture lists, as in tough games,
Mm.
and us trying to just kind of hang in there.
Yeah.
We've relied heavily on set pieces. And then naturally, everyone's going, oh my God, they're going to try and score set pieces all season. No, we just, in really tight games against the big teams, you sometimes rely on set pieces.
Yeah.
And the teams like we've had to go against, who was it? Who's at home? Santo
Hmm.
at West Ham.
Yeah.
He basically set them up and go, all right, do a low block.
Yeah.
That he's the best at that. So we broke him up with a set piece.
Yeah.
So these are the things that we got good at for this exact reason. And this Fulham game was another reason. Away from home, can't really create much. They're not creating much. It's a stalemate. We don't really know what to do.
Mm.
Here's the set piece.
Why not add another weapon to your arsenal?
Yeah, well,
No
teams
pun
are literally,
intended.
like we saw at Atletico last night, they are scrambling to not allow a corner.
Yeah.
That's what we want because do you know what happens? If people are more scared of our corners than us having the ball,
They make mistakes.
brilliant.
Mm.
Be worried about the corners because you know what's going to happen? Eza, Saka, Gyökeres, Martinelli, Trossard, Rice, Moreno,
Pick one.
Zubamendi,
Yeah.
they're going to pick a pass because
Yeah.
if you're worrying about the corners, they're going to find the goal before you find the
Mm.
corner. So this is what we want. You want balance. You want teams to be scared to give away anything.
Mm.
So against Fulham, yeah, we get that set piece. Trossard where he always is, back post.
Mm.
Since Trossard came into the team, he came in January 2023.
Mm.
Cole Palmer joined Chelsea in September 2023. Since that time, Trossard has played, I think it's 300 less minutes
Mm.
than Palmer.
Yeah.
He has 2 more goals or assists than Cole Palmer, non-penalty XG this is.
That's mad.
He's been such an unbelievable signing for us. And I remember when the team news came out the weekend, there was a lot of discourse around why is Trossard starting.
Yeah. Talk about a clinch player as well.
He's such...
Like he gets it done. Like I think people kind of underestimate him a little bit because he stands at the back post on the set pieces, looking half asleep and a little bit angry.
Mhm.
So I think people just kind of give him a wide berth. They're like, that little guy's not going to do anything. He's tired.
Yeah,
And then he just turns up.
and once he scored that, I do think Fulham, their body language was of game over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teams are starting to realise, the last team to score more than 2 goals against us in any competition
Mm.
was Luton. They're in League One. They're probably going to be in League Two with Jack Wilshere soon.
I tell you what, I'm not opposed to us being a team that now grows into games. Because I think we had so many years where we'd go into certain games, normally the bigger games,
Yeah.
and we'd be
Unbelievable for 15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes, we'd be all over them.
No goals.
No goals. And we'd also know in the back of our heads, once that 20 minutes is up, we're probably going to drop
Never
back
create
and,
another
and
thing.
lose.
Yeah.
Like, usually that'd be the case, but I don't mind us being the team that does. I don't want to start slow. Because when you start slow, I'm
Measured.
saying,
You want to start measured.
yeah, and I'm saying we start slow. Even when we start slow, we don't concede. And we don't concede shots on target. We don't concede chances. So we're starting slow, but also not letting them in.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to us starting slow if it means we're going to go through the gears throughout the game and just turn it up towards the end, which
Yeah.
is what the big teams do. Like a lot of the big teams, when you watch them play, there's nothing crazy impressive about them. They just grow, and then the quality comes through, and they score and they win.
I think that's us getting used to it as well because we'd never, since maybe George Graham and days, we're not really, 1-0 to the Arsenal and that back five that we know of now with Dixon, Winterburn, Bold, Adams, and Seaman.
Yeah.
But even that team don't really touch what this team are doing defensively.
No.
And I think there's so many misconceptions. I think there was a lot last night. There's some good memes before the game of Atletico building a wall in front of their goal and us parking a bus in front of ours. And they're like, who's any team going to want the ball?
Yeah.
But people forget we want the ball.
Yeah.
But what we do, and this is what your boy from the Bournemouth, ex-Bournemouth manager, played for Pompey, O'Neill. He was on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And he's always talked quite glowingly about Arteta, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a good coach.
He's a good coach. And he kind of said, because it's a machine they've built.
Mm.
He said, because people think that they're this team that sit in a low block and they defend and they counterattack like Leicester's year when they were. It's not that.
which we did at the start of Arteta.
Yeah, he did that just to get by, get an FA Cup, and
Yeah,
kind of figure out what he needed. Which the signs were there that he was a defensive coach because we always assumed because coming from Pep,
yeah,
playing under Wenger, that he was probably quite a progressive coach, and he is a progressive coach. But he seems to have found the balance
mm,
of we defend. For example, if there's periods in the game, and this we've talked about this before with big teams, they have periods where they just go, all right, we're not going to do anything, but we
mm,
just need 5 minutes to recoup, and they sit in a low block, and you can't do anything,
yeah,
and then they come back out.
yeah,
Whereas a lot of teams, like smaller teams, they'll go into a low block, and the plan is stay in a low block until you get that one time to spring.
yeah,
Our plan is not that. It's no, we're going to have the ball in a minute. We just need to have a rest,
yeah,
and they rest in numbers.
yeah,
And he talked about it. He said he says disrespectful to see it as they're a defensive team.
mm,
He said, and he showed a lot of clips, and he was like, they're the most humble football team you'll ever see because
mm,
they're top of the league, but they don't play like they're top. They play like they're scrapping with relegation.
yeah.
He said, and they showed a couple of clips where we lost the ball high, and it was Gyökeres, Rice. I think it was Eza, Saka was coming infield, and everyone's just sprinting after the ball. He said they're not sprinting back into position. He said they're sprinting to win the ball back.
Yeah, yeah,
And then one of them does.
yeah,
He kicks all the way to Raya,
yeah,
and then they all run back and get into position.
yeah.
And he was saying, do you know how hard that is to coach people to be that into that?
To want to do it week in, week out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And he was like, especially when you're at the top of the league and the wages are big and things like that.
And also, nothing to show for it yet.
No,
But
nothing.
they're still doing it.
They're believing in it
Yeah.
still. And he was saying that's what makes them so good defensively. He said it's not, oh, they just sit in a certain way and therefore they don't concede. He said, no, they're open.
Yeah.
We have one, I think we're in the top three highest back lines in Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a defensive team.
No.
But the team defends so well.
And talk about players or a team of players understanding that role and the work that goes into it without something to show and no glory yet is Gyökeres is a prime example of that. Like we were talking about, his numbers are better now after last night, and we'll get to that. But the work he's putting in isn't what he's used to as a player. Like he's played for teams where he's been the striker, he's been fed, and he's got goals. Like that's his job.
Yeah.
He's come to this Arsenal team not as a player that is one that Arteta would usually go for. And he's come in and he's understood it quick. Like to a point where most of his games consist of holding the ball up, knocking it off to other players, and getting wrestled to the ground continuously.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what his role is at the minute, and he's still getting goals.
Well, he's getting doubled up, and they're literally two of them are pulling him to the ground, and Saka's going, "Oh, brilliant! I've got no one around me."
Yeah, he
It's just rare.
understands. He understands.
He does, and that's the thing is, if you're top of the league, it doesn't matter how many goals your forward has. It's when you start dropping that you go, "All right, well, why is the forward not producing goals?"
Yeah, we need you.
So the discourse around him is bizarre. I mean, João Pedro over at Chelsea hasn't had a shot on target in 7 games,
Yeah.
and he was more expensive than Gyökeres.
It's something about Arsenal players. We mentioned it before. There's a shade on Arsenal players.
They didn't have a Charlie Austin didn't have a bloody segment on him this week. Why is the Basingstoke forward trying to explain how the Gerd Muller Award winner, Ballon d'Or level centre forward, considered a Nations League top goal scorer,
Yeah.
whatever it is that he got this week, another award. He's trying to tell him how he's supposed to be a forward.
It is bizarre. There's something about, like you said, with the stat on Trossard and compared to Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about it in cards. Like, you can check us out and whatnot, Peppercorn Sports Card.
Very good.
But we talk about it in cards as well. Like, there's certain players that their cards do well. And it's not always the players that you expect that are the best in the world. There's certain players that just have good cards.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same with when you compare football players. People talk about Cole Palmer a lot more than they talk about Trossard. But Trossard's actual value.
Yeah, and also the longevity of it, because you look at Palmer now, he's really struggling with injuries.
Yeah.
Like that. Trossard has been pretty much available his whole career.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
whether
a little
it's
armadillo,
Ghent or Brighton or Arsenal, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But talking about Gyökeres as well, was Rice said it when he joined Arsenal in the first 2 months. He said, "I've never been coached this way." Like, as in, I've learned more about football in the last 2 months than I've learned in the 23 years prior.
Mad.
And he said that, and so many other players have said that. They've come to Arsenal. Ezra said it recently, where he said, "Oh my, it's unlocked a whole other level of football that I didn't know about."
Yeah.
So
And
you got to remember,
talk, what you're saying, Eze, as well. Talk about a player that is slotted in. Like, he understands the little time he has on the ball. He's barely lost the ball when I've been watching Arsenal this season.
yeah, I think with him is what I tell you what. I'll finish my point in a sec, but with Ezra, he does give the ball away a little bit when he tries certain passes. Do you think? But that's what I think Arteta might like.
Yeah.
Is there's certain players that we say sometimes they don't have the courage to go, all right, we need a goal, so we're gonna have to cut the line.
Yeah.
And they go, do you know, we'll go side to side.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the guy that gets booed. He doesn't really care.
No.
He goes, oh, I'll try and fit that through. It doesn't get fit through, and he goes, all right. The other team are attacking, and then you can see Gabriel screaming and going, "Everyone back!" And then everyone's flying back. So he does kind of cause those problems, but that's a good problem.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Yeah.
in a perfect world, the same with Gyökeres. I think he would love Odegaard to be there and as an option.
Yeah.
He wants Gyökeres there and Havertz as well.
Yeah.
He wants the intelligent version of the chaos merchant version
Yeah.
in every position.
Good mix.
And I think Noni Madueke and Saka, intelligent version, the chaos merchant.
Yeah.
He kind of wants one of each, so he can be like, we need chaos. There's one.
Yeah.
All right, how many chaos do we need? Do we want three or do we want just one out of the three? And I think he kind of wants that in every position.
Yeah, because during a game, let's say you've got like Saka coming down the right and he's the intelligent version, let's say, and the defenders kind of suss him out because they know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
They know he's not going to do anything crazy. You just bring Madueke in for Saka,
Yeah, you don't know what
which sounds crazy to do on paper to take Saka off, but Madueke adds that little bit of sauce to the mix that's going to just throw off that left back.
Yeah, and you saw it last year when we had Havertz, Odegaard, and Saka. We play unbelievable football. They're so intelligent.
Yeah.
They defend well. Everything is so crisp. But maybe the goals don't come as quick as you want.
Yeah.
Or they don't. The chance creation doesn't happen, and it's because they are almost too intelligent for the role. And they go, do you know what? That's not the right time. We'll go again.
Yeah, they're overthinking it.
Yeah. Whereas you add it, and Ezra hitting him, it looks there. All of a sudden, Howard's like, oh God, he's put me in again.
Yeah.
And he's like, he won't stop trying to force it. And you start adding two or three of them.
Yeah.
That's what we got. And that's what you got to remember with Gyökeres is we've watched Arteta for a while here. He's not afraid to completely bench a guy.
No.
And you go, he doesn't like that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Gyökeres has everything about him tells me that Arteta doesn't like him.
Yeah.
He can't like that
That's
guy.
not his kind of player. Yeah.
He's played him nearly 90 minutes. All 12 games this season.
Heck yeah.
He is glowing about him afterwards.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Gyökeres, you then think of him as a character if you've watched like documentaries on him and stuff like that. He's got a like sarcastic, kind of plain-faced, serious guy, kind of like he's kind of oddball.
Yeah, yeah.
The way you saw him last night when he scored the goals, and we'll get to that in a bit, obviously when we talk Atletico. He's enjoying football differently. And you didn't see that before.
No.
There was almost an aggression because again, he did work his way through the ranks.
Oh, yeah, to really
He's been trying to get to this point where he's in a team that could win a Champions League.
Yeah.
He's finally there.
Yeah.
There's pressure.
Surrounded by quality.
But he's going, no, we're good. And I don't really care if I don't score. I want to score. And you saw it when he scored the second one. It was like a relief, like, all right, we're in.
Yeah.
But you can see the way the players are interacting. When you see in the videos of Gabriel Heinze and Arteta chasing each other and Gyökeres is running around after people laughing. And you can almost see that maybe he's now unlocking like, oh, I never knew this. I thought football was like, put me in a channel, I'm going to score.
Yeah.
And he's going, oh, there's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And if I want to go to that next level, maybe I'm not going to score 50 goals again. But I'd love to win a Champions League.
Yeah.
I'd love to win a Premier League.
And we're the ones that are kind of
giving him that.
Yeah,
chance.
we're the ones that are benefiting while he's in his prime.
Yeah, because that's what's interesting. We got to remember is he's probably also, if he's going to do an interview, go, oh yeah, I've never seen football like this.
Yeah.
I've never understood it like this.
Yeah.
Because people like Rice and Ezra and all these guys are saying that. Saka's saying, he's like, oh yeah, he said, the way in which we see football.
Yeah. Players that have been in the Premier League for some time under good managers are saying that now. Yeah. Like based on this situation with Arteta.
Yeah, and there's and you only have to listen to other managers talk about Arteta.
Yeah.
Like Gary O'Neill and people like that.
Yeah.
To realise that, oh, yeah, he's good. Because they all talk a certain way. Pundits don't.
Yeah.
Like even last night, they were like, who's going to lose their temper first, Simone or Arteta?
Yeah.
Arteta hasn't lost his temper for like 3 years because he realised he got in bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
He pretty much just stands there. He comes out of his box, but every manager does.
I mean, I can't wait to see old man Arteta, how good that manager is. He's 42 and this is his first job.
Yeah. But the Fulham game, to put a bow on that because we have talked about it, but we've kind of veered off. Trossard scores. I think Fulham mentally do kind of go, yeah, teams don't score many against this team.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to.
No.
And there was a body language change. And then Saka wins that penalty. This penalty worries me more than most of our decisions. You talk about the Gyökeres one, it's, give and take, all this kind of stuff. This one worries me the most for a couple of reasons. In real time, it was right in the corner of the box, but I went, oh, that's a penalty. He gave it, and I went, well, yeah, that's as stone walls you're going to get.
Yeah.
They showed one replay, and I went, oh, he gets the ball, that's going to be overturned. And then they showed it maybe 3 more times, and I went, yeah, it's just a good tackle, that's a shame.
Yeah.
No penalty.
Yeah.
Then they showed it from another angle, and I went, and I didn't, it was my dad, he goes, yeah, he knees him in the thigh before he gets to the ball. And I wasn't looking at his thigh.
The first contact.
And I went, Oh God, yeah. No, he knees him way before he gets. That's what knocks Saka over.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
And then they asked him to go look at it, and I went, well, this can't be good.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, in the daytime at 3 o'clock, I think it was, they asked a ref to go, it might have been Jared Gillett, to go look at a last man foul that he gave a booking for
Yeah.
to overturn it, and he didn't overturn it.
Oh wow.
So he went against.
That's rare.
Yeah, which is rare. And he was right as well, because it wasn't last man.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre that VAR sent him there.
Yeah.
But anyway, he goes over the screen and they're watching it and it's frozen for ages and they can't get it to work. There's a kid doing a 6-7 behind him. And I'm thinking he's going to have to wait till that runs because you can't just, because he thought it was a penalty.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to overturn this somehow. And eventually they show it and they only show it from 2 or 3 of the angles. Before they get to that last angle, he goes around and changes it again. And I thought they definitely push whatever they think's correct.
Yeah, by angles, yeah.
By angles, because they go, look, we've paused it here. Look, there's the contact. Look, he gets the ball. It's like, no, we need to see before that.
Yeah.
And they never show him the correct time.
Yeah.
And they talk about, we don't want to re-referee games. We should go with the ref's decision as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we've seen it with the Gyökeres one and the audio that was alarming because they were kind of from the get going. No, it's a good tackle.
Yeah.
You're going to have to overturn this. It's like they were really pushing the ref, and really what should happen, I think, is the ref shouldn't be able to hear VAR.
Yeah.
Should be silence.
Yeah.
And then they should go, wait a minute, pause play, okay, and then he has silence, and eventually they go to the screen and tell us if you still think that's a penalty. That's all they should say.
No swaying.
And while he's looking at it, don't talk to him.
Yeah.
All he can do is show me. He can ask for angles.
Yeah.
Let the ref figure out if he got the decision right. And then he can come away and go, no, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Or I'm not. What happens is they go, oh, we think you might have got it wrong. You need to go over.
So that's in his head now.
Now he's going, oh, okay, I need to. And then they go, and the whole time he's got 3 people yapping at him.
His peers as well.
Yeah, yapping at him going, did you see the contact there? Did you see that? And they all got these things they're saying. And he's going like, oh, God, what are they saying? And they're all yapping and they're all kind of driving a narrative. And I'm not saying it's a narrative like, oh, we don't want Arsenal to have a decision. It's not that. It's just they all have their agenda of if they think it was right or not.
Yeah.
The worry I have for this whole thing is the ref was never really shown the angle.
No.
So it's not really his fault. 3 people in that booth, because we all naturally did it. In real time, we all went, penalty. And we all watched the replay and went, good tackle.
Well, yeah, because you're just staring at the ball.
Yeah.
You're staring at the...
We all did it.
Yeah.
The problem is, pretty much everyone else in the world, but after watching 3 or 4 replays, went, oh, no, it is a foul.
Yeah. First contact.
Yeah.
The first contact, yeah.
We all did the same thing. Real time, foul. Good tackle, good tackle, good tackle. Oh, it's actually a penalty. Everyone in the world did that when they watched it, except the 3 people in that booth never actually saw that contact.
Mad, isn't it?
They can't have, because, even if you think, yeah, I know he does get him first, but sometimes you do go through a player. Not true. That's, you can't go through a player.
No.
So, but even if you do eradicate that, was it enough of an error? The ref thought that was a penalty.
Yeah. Is it enough to turn it?
To overturn it.
I mean, to be fair...
That's the point of this whole... They were saying the level is really high to overturn.
Yeah.
So even if you don't think it's a penalty, do you think that was enough evidence to prove... Considering, by the way, that once you watch enough replays, you realise that he got it stonewall perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
So to overturn the decision he already got right takes a lot of overturning.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I worry about. And so that's what I mean. There's a few things in there that are really alarming.
What are the rules on, like... Because we've seen a few now where you're looking at the tackle or the foul, and let's say they are winning the ball like he did against Saka, but there is a first contact that, like, let's say it's knees.
Yeah.
Like, their contact to the knees, then he makes a tackle. The amount of times they don't bring up the first contact and they only look at the actual tackle.
Yeah.
Is that an option for them to look at first like, let's say you're running with the ball, I'm behind you, I'm chasing you. I give you a little shove to the back, which knocks you slightly off balance. Then I reach around and knock the ball away. It looks like a good tackle. But the little push is what knocked you off balance and gave me enough momentum to swing around. Are they looking at the first push, or are they just looking at the tackle?
I think the whole tackle is everything. So they.
It feels like they missed that first bit,
especially when. And Saka said afterward, they said, "Do you think it was a penalty?" He goes, "Well," he said, "I was there." So he was like, he dead-legged me, and then he kicked the ball.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened.
The actual situation.
He knew exactly what happened, and that's what you could see him when he was watching them watch the VAR. When the ref turned, he goes, it's his knee. He keeps saying to the ref, "It's his knee."
He's telling the official it just shouldn't be
Stop
happening.
looking at his feet. Yeah. It's his knee. It's nothing to do with it. He gets the ball.
Yeah.
But only a second after he knees me, it knocks me down.
Yeah.
If he doesn't knee me, I don't start going down. He can't reach the ball.
Yeah.
If he doesn't knee him, Saka shields the ball and he kicks it.
Yeah.
So it's a clear penalty, and they definitely got it wrong.
The infringement has happened
yes.
already.
Oh yeah. And The thing I would say about the whole thing, I put up on TikTok at Gunners Rust Pod, go follow us over there, was last year it felt like these types of decisions derailed the team and the fan base.
Mm,
And to a point where we like the Newcastle one, that Gyökeres one, we end up losing that 1-0.
yeah,
And we all go, yeah, but the Gyökeres was a penalty. And we get really, and then everyone goes, oh, look at them, they're whining again.
yeah,
And then this one, you end up drawing that 1-1.
mm,
And we go, but at 1-0, we had a Stonewall penalty. And
yeah,
everyone goes, oh, I bet you did.
yeah,
And we all go, no, we're not going crazy. It was a bad decision. And the players, the reason it goes to 1-0 is because the players are dwelling on that penalty.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it feels like this year something's changed. They overcome those decisions
We're going above it.
and then they win.
Yeah.
And again, it happened again. That's the thing that I think is the most different between this season and last season.
I think that's what you have to do.
And again, I don't know if that some of that is just sheer luck. I don't know if it's mentality because I do think there was, you could clearly put, the players were clearly rattled last year. I mean, anytime someone kicks the ball away to this day,
Yeah.
they all go absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Because they still got PTSD from last year.
Yeah.
So it obviously rattled them last year what was happening,
Yeah.
and therefore it's probably rattling the way they were playing afterwards.
100%.
Whereas we're staying with our plan
Mhm.
from start to finish at the minute.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. That's the thing I think different. And
Well, it's probably what all the big teams have to deal with this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we watch Arsenal games under a microscope more than any other teams. And I'm sure Man City, Liverpool, Man United over the years, I'm sure if you watched every game under a microscope, they forced through bad decisions
Yeah, oh, definitely.
to end up winning the
Yeah.
league. Like, I think you have to, it's a mixture of, I think the talent on the team now, the staying with the plan, like you said, momentum. And then when a bad decision happens, like you said, don't let it affect you mentally and be like, we can't win because everyone's against us. You just keep going with the plan. It's a metaphor for life.
you're not wrong. And directly after that game, there was a picture that came out
Yeah.
on Tim's Times 2,
Okay.
which is Timber and his brother. I think it's his brother.
Yeah.
I think it might just be Timber. I don't know for sure. I think it's just Timber. He has a civilian Instagram,
I respect that.
and Arsenal fans found it.
Yeah.
It's only got 10,000 followers. He's following two people, which I assume is probably him and his brother. Yep. And the picture is him and his brother as kids.
Yeah.
So it might be their joint
Yeah.
civilian account. It's only followed by Drew Timber and Declan Rice that I know of.
Rice has found it.
Rice has found it. And a picture went up straight after the game where, he's put up some music he's listening to.
Yeah.
God knows what that is. And it's a picture of Saliba.
Mhm.
Joe's looking at it currently. He's
Yeah.
not probably seen this picture.
I haven't seen this before, no.
And look, this is directly after the Fulham game. He's on his way home. He's having himself a Sprite
Hell yeah.
and he's got his iPad up.
Nice.
What's he watching there? Do you know what that is?
Is that an old Arsenal game?
It's not.
What is that?
It's Atletico's game from that day. He's finished that game
He's already watching tape.
and he's thrown on Atletico.
Why not?
And this got brought up to Arteta in the press conference of that
Yeah.
picture, which Timber's going to be livid about because
Yeah, people are finding it.
people are going to find his other account. And we just promoted it on a very small podcast. But he said, I said, I saw the picture. He said, I love it. He said, because I didn't encourage that at all.
Mm,
He said, I've never mentioned to them to watch tape after games.
yeah.
I didn't mention Atletico
Yeah.
in my post match.
Yeah.
I did nothing. He's gone and got his iPad and gone, oh, I'm going to watch.
Like, you could have done anything on that journey home, couldn't
Yeah.
you? Like,
And again, as civilians, we're all sitting there going, I don't get paid that much. I think I would watch tape.
I'd watch all the games.
Right. Because we probably watch them anyway.
Yeah.
But now put yourself in the position of being in satin sheets.
Yeah. Well, you
He
don't
could
have to.
also have just listened to his music,
Yeah.
text his girlfriend or whatever, and be like, cool, that's that. I'm going to think about football no more today. And then tomorrow I'm going to get back on it.
Yeah.
Instead, he's gone and got that tape up. So
That's the mentality.
that pushes us on to turning their hot water off and then playing them last night, which the hot water worked, obviously.
Yeah.
And I definitely think Gabriel Heinze was behind it.
Well, some would say cold showers actually,
It's beneficial.
it's better for you.
Well, they didn't do it, and that's why. Because they went home, they went back to the hotel
and had a hot shower. We were trying to help them. We were trying to give them a chance.
Yeah, there's no way that wasn't done on purpose, which is quite funny.
Yeah, the state-of-the-art stadium, you'd think the hot water would work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it worked again last night.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
I mean, if the hot water goes off in my house, I just go to the boiler and restart the boiler, and it comes back on. It's pretty easy.
I don't know in a stadium, like if you have to restart a boiler, does it take like 6-7 hours to
I
get
don't
up
know.
to heat? I don't know. But I talked about that on the Patreon, so give that a listen if you fancy it. But we play them again. We play Atletico last night. Again, can't fuss against the team. I said it on the Patreon that I thought Martinelli was a definite star. I think he's almost earmarked as a Champions League player this season, maybe.
Yeah.
And The game I thought is 0-0 at half time,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was. Yeah, because I remember I texted my fiance and
You
she was
know,
asking how it was going, and I said it was 0-0. She went to sleep at that point
yeah,
and woke up to me saying it was 4-0. So it changed a lot in that second half.
yeah, and I think there's 4 goals in 14 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
But at half time, I kind of thought there's less to be not much to be desired.
yeah.
It was just one of those. We weren't in it, they weren't in it. There was that one rare moment
Mm,
that was a bit unnerving. Eza has that deflected onto the crossbar, and then Rice nearly scores.
yeah,
But realistically, it was a 0-0, maybe a 1-1 if we were lucky.
yeah,
But at that point, I thought if we can squeak out a 1-0 here,
yeah.
and I
And
know,
Atletico did knock on the door quite a few times because I remember we were very nervous about this on target thing.
yes, yeah, they started to really apply some pressure right before we scored, and that's how football is, fine margins. And sometimes, is it luck? Is it mentality? I don't know. But sometimes when things are going your way,
Mm,
you block six of their shots,
yeah,
and then you go up the other end and score four in 14 minutes.
yeah.
Like, but again, this goes back to the comment that as Arsenal fans we learned last couple of years was we got good set pieces for games exactly like this, like the
Mm,
Fulham game at the weekend. I know if we start saying this every game, it's like what? So you got good set pieces for every single game,
yeah.
kind of, yeah. But
I
we weren't creating, so we had to go to our what we know best, which is set pieces.
Yeah. And
They,
I don't understand the slight on the set pieces thing because you know how hard it is to score a set piece in top flight
yeah,
football.
it's like saying oh, you got to rely on you know their players all getting sent off to score the goal.
Yeah.
It's not in your control.
No.
This is something that's totally worked hard on the training ground for hours.
Did you see how hard Gabriel worked on that?
Gabriel.
Worked on that assist for one of them?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say was the game was kind of at a moment where you thought, all right, we're going to either drop into a low block here and go, all right, it's 0-0. We haven't turned up great.
Mm,
We just need to get out of here without loss and without conceding.
yeah.
And at that point, we get a set piece, and Big Gabby
Mm,
turns up again.
heck yeah.
Rice's delivery was unbelievable on this
Yeah.
goal, but we get that goal. He goes and does a celebration with the corner flag, which could be meme to life, which he knows what he's doing. We get that goal, and then perfect example of what we said about the set pieces. The set pieces are there to break open stalemate games or
Yeah.
cagey games or low block games to a point where then what happened there?
Yeah.
Room.
Yeah.
Immediately, Lewis Skelly starts running through on goal. This guy should be a midfielder. He is a midfielder by
Mm,
trade, but he runs through the whole of one of the best defensive teams in the world.
yeah.
Lays off to Martin, who does one of his best Henri impressions I've ever seen. He scores. Open play goal.
Yeah.
Straight after that, we get in again. We knock it across. Gyökeres forces it through.
He really did.
It goes in. And there's really good celebrations with everyone kind of like grabbing him and him laughing and stuff like that. Because, we all knew that pressure was building. And the pressure isn't from him within. It's only media.
Yeah. Yeah.
They couldn't care less.
No.
He doesn't care. As a forward, I think he said afterwards, we had a good interview with Omri that's quite worth watching, where he was like, yeah, I want to score. I'm a forward, but
Yeah.
I also want to just win the game.
Yeah.
So if I win the game, I don't really,
And Henri also asked him why he picked the number
And
14.
he said, oh, there's not many numbers left. I love that. He's he's not going to be like,
Yeah.
he's not going to pander.
No.
And then he does that. And then straight after that, we have another set piece. Gabriel, like you said, works so hard at the back post, puts it back across. And Gyökeres turns it in.
Mm.
And just like that, it goes, that's 4-0, the game's dead. That's it, the end of the
Yeah.
game.
We're done.
And then also with that, changes.
Mm.
Get Gyökeres off, get Zubimendi off, I don't know, Saka didn't go off, did he?
Mm.
No, Saka stayed on, I think. Him and Rice stayed on.
And where he came on.
Gabriel went off. Timber went off.
Mm.
Zubimendi went off. Eza went off. And then Gyökeres gave off.
Yeah.
So we got a load of people turned over.
It's a knock-on effect across the whole game.
It helps so much, especially when you get this fixture build up. You can see it even when it went to 2-0 in amongst the chaos. Arteta started like whistling everyone down, like game's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's crazy. And goes back to like Mourinho days and things like where people talked about how amazing it was that he parked the bus and how good defensively he was. He would be doing that. He'd be whistling down his touchline going, game's done.
Yeah.
He'd shake people's hands before the end of the game because he's like, game's done.
Yeah, we're sorted.
And Arteta did that. 2-0 went, they're not going to score two. We don't concede two.
Yeah.
So game over.
Especially when your players are celebrating blocks the way they are.
And in amongst the 4 goals, he makes a change. He makes like 2-3 changes.
Yeah.
And then the goals carry on. And then he goes, all right, we'll get another couple off.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you want to do. And, you want to we end up using 16 different players last night. That's what you want to be at.
It's almost like having too many Christmas presents. You want to play with all of them?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even the commentators talk about how good our depth was, and I totally agree. It is a nicer feeling.
Mm.
But even last night, you see, like once you do have the injuries, like we have with Madueke, Odegaard,
Mm.
Havertz, Jesus,
Mm.
once you got those injuries,
Yeah.
all of a sudden that depth is a little different. Like we were like Eze didn't come off for Odegaard; he
Yeah.
came off for 18-year-old Beneri.
Yeah.
You know, when Timber goes off for Ben White, that's great. Gyökeres has to come off for Moreno, who's a defensive midfielder playing up front. Well, it's harsh to say he's a defensive midfielder. He's a midfielder playing up front.
Yeah.
He's very good at it, but it's not correct, if you know
Mm.
what I mean. You know, and then there's players like Zubimendi to Norgard is a big drop off,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Not no slight of Norgard, but Zubimendi is, by the way, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like,
There's levels. Yeah.
he is such a good player.
Yeah. Zoom.
Rice can't come off because there's no real player to come on for him at that
Yeah.
point. So when you look at it that way, you start going, yeah, the depth's there, but the depth's also kind of injured.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just lucky that we got enough depth that that next level
Yeah.
can kind of
Everything's covered multiple times.
yeah. But you know, in December when those four are back, and
Mm.
ideally we keep everyone fit. It's not going to happen, touch wood.
Okay.
But that's when you're going to see that depth and go, oh my god, like
Yeah.
you know, because imagine if you start that team like we did last year, and then at 70 minutes you bring on Madueke, Eze, Gyökeres, Moreno, and like Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
Imagine if that's your five changes at 70
Yeah.
minutes. The teams are going to be like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So it was a great night. It was a perfect night, really. It was a weird night in the Champions League, by the way. Like, we were
Bizarre.
just watching the highlights, like red cards everywhere for like very bizarre reasons, penalties for very bizarre reasons.
My accumulator suffered.
Yeah,
Because of it.
6-2s and 5-2s and 5-1s and 4-0s. There were so many goals.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's about the Champions League, but the goals don't look like real goals. They're
It's
like AI goals. Like,
madness.
keep smacking it in the corners and the goalies aren't moving and stuff.
I might just put in the chat GPT now, like who's winning the Champions League, and it'll probably tell us.
It will probably, to be fair. But that game, I think, as far as vibes go, the Fulham game didn't have a vibe.
Mm.
It just felt very like we all kind of went, "Oh, okay, we're serious."
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't fun. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to even think about it. But we got the win. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
We're serious.
Yeah.
Then last night was like vibes. But I think at half time, it was also very like, if we can nick a 1-0, it's very professional, very
Yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
not necessarily vibes.
There was something in the air last night.
Yeah. By the end, we were just kind of giddy and just going, all right, that's that's mad. But again, every 3 days when you're challenging for a league or you're challenging on four fronts,
Oh yeah.
you have to go again.
Mm.
And that's what you have to do is if we want to go to distance in nearly everything, you have to play over 62 games.
Yeah.
Not saying we're going to, but we're 12 games in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at 2 o'clock at
Yeah,
Palace.
That's a sixth of the way through the season in all comps.
Yeah.
And you think already how quickly they've had to play every 3 days and go, all right, we somehow got to get a win now. We somehow got to get another win. And you finish out and you go, somehow we got to get another win.
Yeah.
We got to rely on no injuries. We got to rely on momentum and other results. We're a sixth of the way through. We got to do this 6 more times
Yeah.
or 5 more times to get through.
Mm.
And that shows you how mad it is because even in this, we've had 2 international breaks, so they've had rest.
Yeah.
They haven't because they had to fly around the world.
Yeah.
Like Gabriel was in Japan and South America, by the way, which is crazy.
That guy needs to be studied.
Yeah, which is why he went off last night, I guess,
Mm.
because they were just saying like you've traveled too much and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But when you think of it that much in a microcosm, it's like that's a sixth of that season. You've got to rely on these things going the way you're going.
Yeah.
Because the minute you go, you can lose to Palace, lose Brighton, lose the following day, following weekend, or draw at Burnley or whatever it is, and go, all right, now we're third. We've conceded a few now, and we're out of the Carabao Cup. And all of a sudden you go, just like that, the season feels different.
Yeah.
It
changes
so
quick.
you have to keep going. And this weekend's no different. This is another relic of our past. We've tried to overcome so many of these kind of voodoos or curses under Arteta, and I feel like we've kind of done them all.
Yeah.
The only things I say we haven't done yet are win at Anfield.
Mhm.
We're not getting smashed at Anfield anymore, which is good.
Yeah.
We haven't won at Anfield. I don't think we've won at the Etihad still since he was playing in 2015.
Yeah.
There too, but we've stopped the tide of losing these kind of places.
Yeah.
Beating Bayern Munich is one of them.
Yeah.
And that's coming up.
Yeah.
And the other one is Palace at home has become a really weirdly,
Tough game.
a game that really throws our season in a little bit of a downward spiral.
A very strong Palace as well now.
Yeah, really good Palace. And again, when they lost Eze in that, we all kind of looked at it and went, oof. And Mateta was looking to leave, wasn't he, I think?
Yeah.
And you just kind of thought, and the manager was saying, if Gay leaves, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And you thought, yeah, they could be in trouble. Similar to Brentford, where you think, but then they've kind of just got better.
Yeah.
And they drew 3-3 this week.
Mhm.
They lost the week before
Yeah.
the international break. They've broken that kind of what felt like was like invincible kind of cloak that they
It
had
was a
going.
worry, yeah.
But they're scoring at ease.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is they're not the defensive unit they were maybe a year ago, where you thought, if I saw a Palace game, I'd go, that's going to be 1-0 either way.
Yeah.
Whereas now they allow you in.
Yeah. Which is perfect for us.
Yeah,
Like if they're allowing us in, and I mean you say they're scoring at ease, but I mean at some point you got to accept that we don't let teams score at
mm,
ease really at all now. Like it's not a thing. So
yeah,
it should be fine.
yeah. You'd fancy yourselves against any team in the world right now that we're not going to concede more than two.
You got to ride that
It can
confidence.
happen because
Mm,
things happen in games.
mm,
You know, every time they hit a ball, it goes in the top bins. That
mm.
can happen to any team.
Yeah.
So defensiveness is 99% to do with you,
Yeah.
and then 1% is just cosmic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Something happens.
something can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything can happen on any day, but that confidence does feel high as far as defensively that we're going to be okay in that sense.
Yeah.
But that Emirates crowd this year, there's a little inkling that worrying me a little bit where you look at it and go, if Mateta scores early
Yeah.
and it gets to 60 minutes, that crowd's going to be dead silent. And all of a sudden, Eze maybe not having the best game against his former club, or, Saka's not in the game, or let's say Saka's gone off or something.
Yeah.
And you think, who's now going to change it? That's when you look at that depth and go, oh.
There's a lot of expectation from the Arsenal crowd
Mm.
now. There's a lot of, I don't want to say spoiled.
And the crowd was great last night.
Yeah. I mean, they're not spoiled, but there is definitely a level of expectation now that we are good enough
Mm.
to get the job done now. So if we don't, there's going to be a bit of surprise.
Yeah, and that's the bit that worries me is the game states like that. And again, we've proved this year, you go 1-0 down away at St James's Park,
Mm.
we still come back and win.
Yeah.
That's high mentality, but
Mm. And the fans have got to understand that as well. They've got to see that if we go 1-0 down against Palace, we have the ability to come back into the game. We're not a team that, like, once you go 1-0 down, it's like, oh God, here we go again. We're not that team anymore. We're not the here we go again team. We're the, oh no, we'll get it done. We'll figure it out. We'll trust the
yeah,
process.
yeah, for sure. And Palace don't, I can't remember, but I think they aren't the best at defending corners.
Mm.
So that's another thing we got to work on and look for again, because what you don't want is the team to kind of go to a point where they kind of feel a bit stale in
Mm.
open play, and you almost feel like the players are even going, God, we just need a set piece so at least we can score and then we can have the space.
Yeah.
You don't want them to rely on that space only appearing then. You want them to be forcing the space,
Mm.
and if we happen to score a set piece, then brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's capitalize.
I'll be interested to see how Palace set up for this game.
Well, I was going to say the only kryptonite I found that Arteta's really struggled with is five at the back.
Yeah.
When we play five at the back, I think he really struggles. And in Man United opening game, perfect
Yeah.
example.
They overload
They
the back.
they
Yeah.
couldn't. They kept overloading us. We were struggling,
Yeah.
and we couldn't figure out how to get the ball out.
Yeah.
That's the only worry I have is I'd say Glasner plays five at the back better than anyone else.
Yeah.
And again, he also adapts. So he said before, I don't stick at five at the back. I can go 4-3, but there's no way he's not going to start that game five at the back
Yeah.
because he knows we aren't good against it.
Yeah.
And the way in which Sarr counterattacks
Mhm.
and fullback, is it Munoz? Mateta, the way he's finishing in a minute, it really worries me.
There's definitely going to be some damage limitations played by Palace, I think, in this game because they will take a draw against top of the league Arsenal all day.
I think so.
So I think they'll be happy if we just don't score.
Yeah.
Because I think looking at it, they're going to see it as it's going to be very hard for us to score. We need to just stop them scoring. And if we do somehow score, good. But if we don't, I'm okay.
Yeah, we will be in Newport.
We will.
But I was going to say we need to get down to Newport, I reckon, before two.
Yeah, getting that
Try to
done.
set up, set up and watch it. Just because it's such a good season. It's such a shame to miss games.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to. But that's just the way it is, But something I want to talk about is a big talking point this week has obviously been about set pieces. And stuff that's happened in the Premier League this week has been mad as well. So Liverpool lose at home
Yeah.
to Man United.
Yeah.
City, by the way, aren't conceding and scoring a lot and getting back in there, and that's got to be a cause for concern for everyone.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is if you watch the highlights with Everton should have scored 2 or 3
Yeah.
quite comfortably.
Yeah, there's holes there.
They are definitely not the unit they used to be, and I don't know. Similar to our set pieces, Haaland is their secret weapon.
Yeah.
He has scored 90% of the goals they've scored in all competitions this year. His stats are mad.
Break glass in case of an emergency.
Right. there's a point, at the minute, they're the team in which one guy scored nearly all their goals.
Yeah.
We're the team in which we're the first team in Europe to have 10 plus goal
Yeah,
scorers,
yeah.
different goal scorers.
Mm.
Completely different ethoses.
Yeah.
We like set pieces. They just give it to Haaland.
Mm.
He's playing unbelievable. You would think at some point teams will figure out set pieces, or teams will just go, well, if you stop Haaland, they're
Mm.
really struggling. Like their underlying stuff underneath the Haaland scoring
Yeah.
stuff isn't
Well,
great.
it's kind of what we've done against them. Like we
Yeah,
singled out Haaland, kept him very quiet most of the time in our games, and it
yeah.
nullifies it.
He always scores still, but
Yeah.
we've nullified him. Nullified as much as you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the conversation this week, I think Slot has been winding me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not just for Arsenal reasons, but for multiple reasons.
Mm.
But I said it from the get-go that that guy's mask was slipping like Ange.
Yeah.
And the minute they lose, they kind of show their true colours. And he's been moaning, obviously, he started moaning about the refs for a period there where he was saying, you didn't add enough time on,
Mm.
which is hilarious. Like, go back 3, 4 weeks
Mm.
where they hadn't lost in the first 5, 6 games, whatever it
Yeah.
was. All their goals came in added time that no one understood where they got the added time.
Yeah.
Now he's moaning you're giving too much added time where other teams are scoring.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you're not giving us enough added time. So his issue is that it never was the other way when, you know, and again, you're not going to moan about the time you got.
No.
But it's just interesting that the things that were favouring them are now not.
Yeah.
Then he started saying, well, I didn't know at the start of the season that everyone's goals were going to come from set pieces and the team at the top of the league going to score 60% of their goals from set pieces.
Mm.
Why didn't you know that?
Yeah.
Because we were doing it last year.
Yeah.
And secondly, why is that a slight?
Yeah.
That's your job, is to stop footballing problems.
Yeah.
Like we're not saying, oh, the other teams are cheating.
Mm.
The other teams are scoring set pieces.
Yeah. You just need to figure out how to defend it.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's on you.
Yeah.
So you can't moan
It's
about the way in which teams are
a
playing.
chess game.
And he said that, and not having, won the late at Atletico against Atletico with a set piece,
Yep.
beat Burnley late with a set piece, beat Arsenal late with a set piece.
Yeah.
A lot of their winners have come from set pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, why you can't
It's
argue about
redundant.
it. And then the next one, this was the one that got me, was he complained that Man United didn't play Sesko. Before the game, they said, what do you think of the team? And he went, well, they've played Sesko nearly every single game,
Mm.
and they haven't today.
Mm.
And he said, so not the first time we've had to deal with them switching up, with teams switching up players. It's like, what? They're pick and I think the Amrin might have said it or something, or someone said it was their centre backs want to compete with Sesko. That's where they're comfortable.
Yeah.
What they don't want to do is have tricky players like Cunha and that around their feet,
Yeah.
running off the back of them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mbeumo did for the first goal.
Yeah.
That's what they don't want.
Yeah.
So Man United's manager went, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to give them what they want.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them because the fact we're having this conversation is bizarre. That's football."
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he said, if I knew that teams were just going to rely on set pieces because they won with a set, it was like a third ball from a set piece. It was kind of just because, by the way, when people say Arsenal score from set pieces, a lot of the time it happens like a minute after the set piece,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because it's in the same
It
phase,
just
it
starts
goes
with
down.
the-
Yeah. And Man United did the same. They re-put the ball in, and Maguire scores. And he goes, yeah, well, if I knew games were going to come down to set pieces and they're just thumping it long and doing long balls all game, then, the clown music plays, you put the stats up. They did more long balls than Man United.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their goalie played more long balls than Man United's goalie.
Talking about people that need to be studied.
Yeah, like,
Slot needs to be studied, I think.
yeah, and it's like this happens with Dutch managers, it feels like.
Mm.
Because it was the same with Ten Hag, where he was like, a year later, he was complaining about Arsenal's offside.
Yeah.
Saying, well, if that changed the course of history or something, it's like, or just get over that one decision, which, by the way, ended up being right.
They almost dwell on stuff that like fans dwell
Yeah.
on, like years later.
Yeah, it's what we would be moaning about on here.
I'm still moaning about the unbeaten run being ended.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But fans can.
Yeah.
Managers got to be like, all right, we've
Move
got to
on.
get better.
Yeah.
And he's complaining about these things. These are footballing problems.
Yeah.
That's for you as a manager to get better at.
Yeah.
And then the problem I have is obviously they're the media darlings, aren't they? Like like Mex said last week with us,
Yeah.
the traditional English teams like Man United and Liverpool now. And it doesn't help because Carragher's out on Monday Night Football, and he's saying he's kind of backing that up and going, yeah, I said we don't want everyone getting good at set pieces and everyone doing long throws.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said because it's boring. It's not fun. It's always like he's looked at his team and gone, yeah, they're struggling with this. And who
Yeah.
they got next week, by the way? Brentford away.
Yeah.
Where every time the ball goes out, do you know what they're going to do?
Yeah.
They're going to pump it long. They're the new Stoke.
They're gonna hoik
And I
it in.
love it.
Yeah.
And he was saying like maybe we do need to somehow stop that.
Yeah,
And it's like, here comes the media agenda
yeah, yeah.
towards, by the way, every team that isn't Liverpool. Because do you know who's utilising the long throw? Everyone. And
Mm.
that's his issue. He's like, why is everyone doing long throws?
Because it's an
Because,
option.
yeah, if you have someone who can throw it into the box like a corner,
Yeah.
it's like going, yeah, but on 50% of your corners, you should take a shot.
Why,
Because
why
it's not,
don't use all of your options
yeah,
when they're there? Like,
right.
if you have them, use them.
It, honestly, I was hearing, I was like, oh my God, here it comes. And they're doing Sky Sports things now, like, and the front page of it all is Arsenal.
Yeah,
And the funny part is, and this is another thing I think that isn't getting credit, is they talk about Arsenal taking it too far, what City started, which was the four centre backs
yeah,
playing across the back.
yeah,
People forget, Arteta did that way before Pep.
yeah, yeah,
He started to play the four big lads instead
yeah,
before Pep.
yeah,
He just would go back and forth on who he'd have.
yeah,
And then Pep went with the four and stuck with the four. And then Pep's moved on from there and gone with legit fullbacks.
yeah,
But that was Arteta.
yeah,
Who brought back the wrong long throw about 2 years ago with Thomas Partey?
yeah,
It was Arteta.
yeah,
Semi final of PSG last year. We did long throw anytime the ball went off in their half.
yeah. It's great.
We are the issue for all of this.
Yeah,
And Gary Neal said, he was like, Arteta's brought all of this back.
yeah.
And he said, Arteta saw this coming.
Hmm.
So 3 years ago, he implemented, or 4 years ago, a set piece coach
Yeah.
before everyone else.
Yeah.
He went and got big centre backs to deal with long throws.
Hmm.
He went and got people to learn the long throw.
Yeah,
He then got the set piece coach to figure out how to do different techniques.
yeah,
He saw this coming, and because of that, he's ahead of it.
yeah,
We're the kings of it, apparently.
yeah.
And we are, to an extent. And what are Liverpool doing? They didn't see it coming.
No.
They didn't buy for it.
They're
They've
not
gone and got
adapting.
smaller fullbacks, smaller players.
Yeah,
And and then instead they're going, no, but this is not how football should be.
yeah,
Football should be on the ground. It should be beautiful.
yeah,
All right. That's you got to overcome that. Like when City won the league, do you know what he didn't do? Complain about people doing set pieces.
Yeah.
He defended set pieces and he went, we're not going to do it.
Mm.
We're going to play it on the floor and win the game
yeah,
with lovely football.
Yeah.
Tiki-taka. Same with Barcelona. Any team can get good at set pieces any time. It's not a mythical thing.
And do you know what's really good? Is if you could do it all.
And this is the thing, and that's what Gary Neal actually said on there, because he was kind of seeing it as like, what are you doing here? Like he was like, Arsenal are creating the most big chances per game
Yeah.
in the league.
Yeah.
They're also conceding least amount of shots or XG against them.
Mhm.
That's complete.
Yeah,
And this whole narrative of Arsenal are a hard watch, it's just narrative.
yeah.
Watch the games. They're not that bad.
No, they're fine.
People are just jumping on it because they're like, oh, it's a set piece. By the way, I think set pieces are great fun,
Oh yeah,
even if it's not us. When I'm watching Brentford versus Villa,
Mm.
every time they pump that ball in, I find it way funner than playing it around the back four a lot.
yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Arteta's looking at the game as a whole.
Yeah,
He's literally
Yeah.
gaining XP
Yeah.
per mission he completes.
Yeah, he's not parking the bus and counter-attacking. That's the only thing.
Mm.
He's going, all right, in phases, we're going to sit in a 4-4-2 and you're never going to get in. There's going to be phases where we're going to sit on the edge of your box and we're going to look for that opening.
Yeah,
If we win a set piece, we're going to score it.
Mm.
If you're going to get a set piece, we're going to defend it.
yeah,
And we also got these really interesting players like Madueke and Eze and people like that now who are going to have moments of magic.
Yeah.
And we're also going to elevate. By the way, yeah, people say, oh, it's a boring watch. What, when the 18-year-old Hairlender ran through the whole Atletico Madrid team last night and laid it off to a £6 million third division Brazilian 15-year-old we bought?
yeah, yeah.
That should be commended. That's a really commendable thing.
No one's talking about it.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, yeah, but they score set pieces. Gyökeres isn't that good. He just had to,
People,
he had to jam the ball in. It's like,
people like negatives.
so,
though,
so
like-
does Gyökeres goals have to be like firm strikes now?
yeah. I think people do like negatives. People enjoy talking about negatives. Like even in society, people enjoy talking about negatives more than positives.
Yeah.
Even during the game last night, can't remember who was commentating with Shearer.
Yeah.
Champion, was it?
Might have been.
Yeah, Champion was like saying the stat of we hadn't conceded a shot on target in some time, which perked Shearer's ears up because he then kept bringing up the ones that were nearly on target, like he was pointing out the negatives.
Yes.
But eventually he was one round and he was getting more excited about the shots on target thing than we were.
Yeah.
But the people like to point out the negatives, even like Gary Neville does it a lot. Like he'll commend Arsenal on what they're doing, but point out what we're like the set pieces is a prime example. He'll then point out the negatives very quickly.
Yeah, and that's the bit I don't like is, for years, what were Arsenal really known for? Not being able to defend set pieces.
Yeah.
Playing really nice football, but not getting the results.
Yeah.
Getting bullied.
Yeah.
I remember Robert Hoof literally putting up a picture after Arsenal Stoke game where he had a little cut on his finger and he went, oh, I just had a massive brawl with Arsenal and they're just beating us.
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing about it.
Mm.
And now we're going, oh, we're the bullies, but we're also playing the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
We also have really interesting, fun players.
Yeah.
And people don't know what to complain about. So
Yeah.
they're complaining about the set pieces.
Yeah.
And then we have a game where we don't score from a set piece, and no one says it. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, but it's a one game." It's
Yeah.
like, all right, we'll have to remove our set pieces. Is that what you want? It's like, what? These aren't footballing issues.
Yeah.
Like, so they are footballing issues. They're not separate.
They're not bothering anyone.
Yeah, we're not moaning about refs.
No.
We're not doing like it's figure out how to defend our corners. There's so much tape on it.
Yeah.
You can train for it.
Maybe that is the problem, though. Maybe the
They
problem.
don't know how to stop it.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they're going to start an agenda here where they're going to give a free kick every time we get the corner now.
Yeah.
Because it'll get to the refs like, yeah, maybe we're making football really boring if they keep scoring these.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
And
I wonder if we're going to start getting into that world where we can hardly get a corner into the box without them blowing up and going, all right, foul.
Yeah. I think the problem is that we're succeeding.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is for a long time, everyone's like, it's because they block everyone off the ball.
Yeah.
Hardly do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Good runs.
It's really good deliveries. And
yeah, the deliveries are the big
and Gabriel will get knocked out
Yeah.
before he pulls out of something.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so Set Piece FC win again, and we're going to be back next week. We'll be back next week, next Wednesday, Gunners Rest podcast here on iTunes and Spotify. We're also on TikTok. We do 2 videos every day, including a pack opening with Peppercorn Sports cards on there, so go check that out. What else have we got? We got the Patreon, so go check out the Patreon. Again, I said on the Patreon, I'm not 100% sure on the exact prices because on our end we've got it as a $5, but I don't know if it comes through as $7.50 because of taxes. I don't fully understand. I don't know what you exactly pay. So, but please jump on there because we can improve the podcast, and we have so much more content, including instant reactions, reviews, interviews, fun stuff like favorite 11s and nostalgia and about football and stuff like that. But that'll be across the board to get daily content from Gunners Rest podcast. So, any final words?
No, just enjoy your football content. We're going to keep pumping it out. As long as Arsenal are staying positive, we'll stay positive. And it just feels good to be an Arsenal fan these days. We'll just enjoy the ride while it's here. Just take it in, drink it in.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.